My life is a theme song. When I focus too much on the clouds in my life, I dream wrong because they told me that it was about getting sheep, but sleep seems that I've been deemed wrong. This life that I live, I can't really sleep on. I can't sleep wrong because I don't really get to sleep at all. I mean, people keep telling me to be resilient, but I is so close to the IS that I don't know who I is, so I focus on what I could be, but the M in my life doesn't reflect me. When you keep seeing us for who we could have been, but Ben is just a name in a past time because he been stalked and the beans walk as I've been chopped up a long time ago.
Spit poet.
She said spit poet, but actually I regurgitate. I feel it coming up. I mean, sorry, because I don't like to swallow what is coming up, but coming is come. What I don't understand is why, what has become of us? See, I got a friend in the building. His name is Dylan. He picks a little. We pick a little like a dill pickle, and I want some people to start shouting stuff out so we can actually talk about something significant. Shoes. Shoes is what we shop for when we feel poor inside. We need something physical to validate who we are inside when we don't feel like we produce enough. I wish that I could produce enough product when I didn't have to define myself by a materialistic item that isn't really material at all. And sometimes I feel like I was born barley. I was just given favor in this system. And I feel like I was seeded wealth. And what did you say to talk about? What did you say to talk about? What did y'all say to talk about? The struggle. What are we hungry for?
Cookies.
You're hungry for?
Marcus is a maniac.
Okay, so you're hungry for a poet to talk about the struggle again. But I'm tired of struggling in front of struggling crowds who act like they don't have a struggling hand. You look at me and you sit here with stare faces and straight faces, but you go home and you break character that you expect me to be in. And then you ask about fame, but you really don't understand the price of it because you give me pennies but expected a subpar performance. Never. But never in your dreams do you ever think of Wonderland when you wonder most of the time that you live your life, but yet you want me to be transparent about mine when you can't even be a parent of the ideas that you give birth to, yet you try to abort those ideas because you felt that you couldn't carry it enough. Well, I see why I've purchased so much Plan B because the Plan A, well, you get the point. So, you all wanted me to freestyle. But these styles aren't free because they cost me a lifestyle. They cost me a living. You want songs and you want poems that mean something. You want songs and you want poems that pull on your heartstrings. But when I play a tune and you don't like it, I'm defined by the worth that isn't real. Now, the poem that I was going to read is called Leap Years, and I talked about how I've had to beat fear and I had to leap here, but after all of those leap years, I feel like I skipped days in my life that I've given to you time and time again, times when I've cried out and I needed a family or a friend, and a friend became a foe when my enemy saw the enemy, and these entities could not cry out again. So you tell me that the tea is hot, but I keep drinking reality. Because I'm not focused on being another person, I'm focused on being the one that I am, and I am is too strong of a statement, so the affirmation that we speak isn't one that gets embedded. I would have rather just read a poem, but you forced me to show my heart to a bunch of strangers. So after you come talk to me, after this event, don't act like I'm a stranger. I just revealed my life, and I know nothing of yours. I just revealed my life, and I feel like I'm all on the floor. A welcome mat is something that you never adore unless it's standing next to a knob that you ignore. And you pull me like a handle, and the handle that you have on me isn't a hand, it's a lever, and the lever's open up levees that let Katrina through. But you promised to never name it again, but the same aspect, the same result happens again and again, and hurricane season isn't limited to the U.S. Remove the period and it never stops. You remove the period and it's us. It's hitting over and over again until the tsunamis, they flood the relationship that we used to have. Like the one that I wish I had with my dad, but Maybe I'll be a better one. And maybe for you it's being a better daughter, or maybe it's being a better son. But that thing still shines if you allow it to. And your smile can run a mile even without a shoe. So, you let me know if this poet needs to flow more like Moet, or you're pouring and going, and none of that really matters. Because I can name all of these states of matter like gas, liquid, solids, and I'm never solid if I'm so gassy trying to fit your states of matter. I'm liquefied trying to be a purchase that you couldn't even give credit to. So, in my conclusion, as I sum up everything I just said, I hope that this equation doesn't cause you to divide from the dividend that you should be supporting. Just know that Norm means light, and light is more than supporting. No, I'm guessing, but I'm really done. So thank you all. This is fun.